3rd, 2025, and this is the public hearing for the PER. After this public hearing. And we will remind everyone of the rules for.
Nope. Your mic is not working.
No, it's not. Yeah, okay. Maybe they heard part of it, but we'll go ahead and adopt the rules first. All right, so we'll go ahead and have the public hearing called to order. We'll adopt these rules before we start, which, do we need a vote for that?
Yeah,
All right.
Rules and the agenda.
Yep, so we'll, rules basically state, please maintain respectful behavior and limit any comments to 5 minutes. And what else do we need in here, Jeff? All right, so we'll entertain a motion to affect these rules before the public hearing.
I move to adopt the rules of conduct prior to the meeting.
Second.
I have a motion by Ann, second by Aaron to adopt these rules for the public hearing. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so now we can officially call this public hearing open. And we would, you have any comments before we ask for any public comment?
Other than we have a sign-in sheet, anyone that speaks.
Okay. All right. Looks like John Leitner's here from BFNS. Hey, John.
Afternoon. All right. Have a presentation here on our preliminary engineering report. This is the public hearing for Wholesale Water Supply Phase 2. We had a similar public hearing back in December of 2024 for Phase 1. For the public hearing, this and on the utility needs, so the city of Lebanon continues to attract developments on the civil side. It's estimated that as much as 5 MGD of water will be needed to satisfy future city demands over the next 10-year to 20-year period. The LEAP Innovation District, City of Lebanon and IEDC continue to attract developments. It's estimated as much as 20 MGD of water will be needed to satisfy those future LEAP district demands over that same 10 to 20-year period. So Lebanon Utilities currently has a strong supply of water for existing users and projects that have been previously allocated. But due to the unprecedented levels of demands, there has been a lack of available water capacity over the current supply of 4.6 MGD to allocate for future developments. To satisfy that projected 25 million gallon a day demand over that next 10 to 20 year period, an additional water source was needed to be found. That additional capacity is also required for the protection of human life and property in an event of fire or natural disaster. When we looked at an evaluation of alternatives with the preliminary engineering report, as much of you may remember back from our first phase, we looked at a no action alternative, alternative 1 of wholesale water supply, and alternative 2 of additional groundwater supply within Lebanon, which many studies have been completed and found that an additional water supply that could satisfy those needs is not readily available. We looked at an additional water supply from Clinton County and also an additional water supply from Tippecanoe County. Both of those were found not to be as viable as the wholesale water supply option. And a 5th alternative that's been studied for many years is the potential Sugar Creek Reservoir. Looking at alternative 1, which is our proposed alternative, was the wholesale water supply. So improvements to the CEG water system are necessary to supply the wholesale water to connection points with Lebanon Utilities. And Lebanon Utilities will then need to construct infrastructure to connect the existing Lebanon utility system and distribute wholesale water from the connection points with CEG to its customers. Infrastructure improvements, as we've discussed before, will be completed on a phased basis to coincide with CEG's delivery schedule. So our phase 1 is currently under construction and will provide an additional 2 million gallons a day of water supply. As we're talking about today, phase 2 will increase that water supply by another 8 MGD. So we'll go from a total of 2 MGD of additional to a total of 10 MGD additional. And phase 3 will ultimately increase that water supply by another 15 million gallons a day, up to a total of 25 million gallons a day of additional water. This is a map of our current conditions within Lebanon Utilities or water system. This map, the dashed lines are showing any water main that's 12-inch or larger. Phase 1, as I noted, is currently under construction, but takes from connection point 1 with CEG, down along the southwest corner of the city up to State Road 32, and ties into just west of the existing Lebanon Business Park. Phase 2 on our proposed alternative has 2 pieces. The one on the west is an extension of that phase 1 water transmission line. That'll extend 30-inch water main up through the LEAP district. The other portion on the east side of the city, kind of the southeast side, will add another connection point. So connection point number 2 with the CEG system. That'll include another booster station and 2 ground storage tanks. Then water transmission lines to connect to another point on the south side of the city with phase 1. So ultimately then, here in the future, we'll have another public hearing on phase 3. This is due more in the 2031 timeline, but we'll add a third connection point to the city system from CEG. We'll work the pipe, which the alignment could be subject to change between now and then as we look at design, up around the northeast side of the city to kind of create a full circle looped around the city of wholesale water transmission lines. So program cost, phase 1, we actually have a guaranteed maximum price already. And then our total SRF loan closed on $87,175,000. That included 48,000 linear feet of transmission lines, 2 1 million gallon ground storage tanks and a booster station, and then also a 2 million gallon elevated storage tank. Phase 2 costs are a little lower at $75 million. That's for about 50,500 linear feet of transmission lines and 2 1 million gallon ground storage tanks and a booster station, again, another connection point. And then phase 3 anticipated to be about $93 million with 45,000 feet of transmission lines, 2 1 million gallon ground storage tanks and another booster station, and then another 2 million gallon elevated storage tank. So right now the overall program target is $255,175,000. Looking at our program schedule, so phase 1, again, loan closing already occurred. We're in the midst of construction, and our substantial completion initiation of operation for that is anticipated for January 1st of 2027. Phase 2, we're working through all of those same steps, but that substantial completion date is January 1st, 2028. And then phase 3, we have a little bit more time, but we're looking at January 1st of 2031. So any questions on the information in the PER?
Thanks, John. Good information. Anybody have questions for John tonight? Okay, we will offer the public comment period at this time. As we stated before, we'd like to ask you to keep comments respectful and no longer than 5 minutes so everyone has a chance to speak. You can also submit written comments if you choose. Please make sure you've signed in at the door. Anyone have public comment tonight? All right, don't see any public comment. So we can, if there's nothing else, we can go ahead and close this public hearing with a motion.
Move to close the public hearing.
Second.
Motion made by Ann, seconded by Aaron to conclude the hearing. Any other comments tonight before we close? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right. Anything else?
Concludes the public hearing.
All right, this will conclude the public hearing, and we will reconvene at 5 PM for our normal Utility Service Board meeting. Thank you.